Hello and welcome everyone. This is Kaylin's English podcast. This podcast is designed for English learners. I'm here to help you practice your listening skills. I'm Kaylin, a professional English teacher on italki. Today we are going to talk about idioms. This podcast, I will go through some of the common English idioms that you can potentially hear in movies, TV shows, or in everyday life. Some can be used on their own, and some need to be a part of a sentence. I will explain them and give examples. Now, let's not beat around the bush and begin this podcast. I will no longer beat around the bush and explain this idiom to you. Our first idiom is beat around the bush. Beat around the bush means to avoid saying what you mean, usually because it is uncomfortable. For example, if you are a school child who has gotten a bad grade in school, you may beat around the bush to not have to tell your parents about your bad grade. You may feel uncomfortable and afraid that your parents may get upset. Another example, if you're in a relationship that you want to terminate or end, you may beat around the bush before telling your boyfriend or girlfriend that you no longer want to be with them. Breaking up with someone can be uncomfortable, so some people will beat around the bush before telling them that it is over. Our next idiom is bite the bullet. I am going to bite the bullet and spring clean my house already. You need to bite the bullet. Go buy a new car as your old one is no longer working properly. Bite the bullet means to get something over with because it is inevitable, or you just need to do it as it cannot be avoided. The example sentence, I'm going to bite the bullet and spring clean my house already, is understood to mean that cleaning my house is something that cannot be avoided. We should all clean our houses, but maybe we do not want to do it. But we need to bite the bullet and get it done. Break a leg. You may have heard break a leg on television shows or movies, when a character is about to perform in a theater play or in a talent show. This expression means good luck. If you were about to perform a concert because you are a famous singer, then I would tell you break a leg before you go on stage. I would be telling you good luck. Hang in there, we are almost finished. The idiom used in this sentence is hang in there. Hang in there, which means don't give up. You can use this phrase on its own when you're trying to encourage or motivate someone to keep doing something. Hang in there, things will get better. I told you to hang in there, we are almost finished, because I don't want you to give up on practicing your listening skills with this podcast. Hang in there can be used positively to motivate someone, or can be used when someone might be in trouble. Maybe you have seen a movie where an actor is in quicksand and someone is trying to help them out. The person that is helping may tell them to hang in there. I'm going to try to find something to pull you out. Our final idiom is call it a day. I'm going to call it a day and end this podcast soon. Shall we call it a day? This has been difficult and exhausting. Shall we call it a day? Call it a day means to stop working on something. The example, I'm going to call it a day and end this podcast, means that I'm going to stop recording this podcast. If your boss tells you to call it a day when working on a project, it means that the work is to be stopped. They may also say, let's call it a day and we will continue with it next week, meaning stop for now, but we will work on it later. I'm going to call it a day now. To recap, we went over idioms today. The idioms we went over were beat around the bush, bite the bullet, break a leg, hang in there, and call it a day. I hope you better understand these idioms and can incorporate them in your everyday speaking. I encourage you to write your own examples of when you can use them. Now go bite the bullet and use your English skills. Thank you for listening today. If you would like to learn some more English and practice your skills, please subscribe to this podcast. You can also follow me on Twitter. Come find me on italki. I'm Mrs. Kaylin. And this has been Kaylin's English Podcast. Until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Bye, everyone.